And welcome back, chat. Episode number 29 of the Hitters Meetings. This time we are going to Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland, and I am joined with my co host, Ken Anderson. Coach, how the heck are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. We just took 3 out of 4 from our arch nemesis, the San Diego Padres. So I'm excited. We get to go to a different color and go Halloween color off of UPS and go play the Orioles. And I'm excited to talk about the John Smoltz of hip coils tonight.
I am too. A nice 3 out of 4 win series. It was stressful because somehow the Padres are just our daddies at some point. Somehow they got the voodoo doll on us, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But the boys pulled it out. So, again, I don't know what order these pitchers are going. I'm pretty sure game one is going to be Mr. Trevor Rogers. You're going to see Boz at some point and Brandon Young. So we're just going to go this way. We're going to go Rogers first, Boz second, and then Brandon Young. I don't know if that's how they'll throw them, but those are the three guys we're going to face in this series. So, Ken, we're going to start with Mr. Trevor Rogers. What do you have on him?
I tell you what, he's a good pitcher. It's a really strange career he's had because his numbers, just old man numbers don't look as good as his underlying numbers. I always liked him in Miami. I always wish he was a Brave, and I still wish he was a Brave. He throws really good. I think he's a tough ride. I noticed that he has a 4.28 ERA, but I haven't watched all the Orioles game, so I'm excited to hear you break it down because his numbers should be better than what it looks like on paper.
Yeah, his underlying metrics this year are a little bit worse than what they were last year, but he seems to have found something here in the last 6 or 7 weeks or so from what I've been hearing from Orioles Twitter over there. So he has been a lot better. But let's go ahead and talk about his pitch mix. He has a four seamer, a sinker, a cutter, a changeup, and a sweeper. He is heavily reliant on the four seam fastball to both righties and lefties. Right-handers is primarily four-seam fastball and a changeup with a mix of everything else. Lefties, you're going to see the entire kitchen sink when it comes to the secondary stuff, but he still primarily leads with the four-seam fastball. He is going to pound the north and south quadrants of the strike zone to right-handed hitters, so that means the top of the zone and bottom of the zone. He is going to be more east and west quadrants to the lefties, mainly working away to them. So, again, inside, outside, but mainly he's going to be working the outside part of the plate. No real tendencies in counts. He mixes his pitches extremely well. Right-handed hitters, our approach. We're going to hunt the four-seam fastball and changeup window, and the hang and breaking ball. For the four-seam fastball and changeup, we want the ball to start belly button to mid-thigh from the inner third to the outer third of the plate. Give up the corners, hunt the middle of the zone, and up. His changeup flattens out a lot when it is up in the zone, and he pitches the four-seam fastball up in the zone anyway, not down. So take anything that starts at the mid-thigh and below. Make him earn your respect in that area with the four-seam fastball before expanding your zone low, because that is when he's going to eat you up with the changeup. The breaking ball, we want the ball to start above the zone to the belt, off of the plate, away to the outside corner. Keep your direction to right center field. Do not get pull happy. His fastball is an elite, and he won't blow you away unless you're dead sitting on a changeup. Stay right center field, and you're going to be fine. So get the ball up. He's going to tunnel the four seam and changeup. Get the ball up, and you're going to be able to differentiate the fastball and the changeup pretty easily when it is up in the zone. But if you start expanding down, you're going to be in trouble. Lefties, you're going to be hunting the four-seamer and changeup and the sweeper and cutter windows. For the four-seamer and changeup, we want the ball to start at the belly button to the mid-thigh from the inner third to the outer third. Again, give up the corners, hunt the middle of the zone and up. His changeup, again, flattens out when he pitches up in the zone, and his four-seamer is going to be the pitch that we're hunting anyway, and it's not going to be down. It's going to be up. So take anything that starts at the mid-thigh and below. For the sweeper and cutter, we want the ball to start above the strike zone to the mid-thigh, at us to the inner third of the plate. Again, spit on anything that starts mid-thigh and lower, and make him earn your respect down at the bottom of the zone with the four-seam fastball. Keep your direction to left center field, and again, get him up in the strike zone. We do not want to expand low. The key, if you have picked up anything on Mr. Rogers, chat, get him up in the strike zone, and you're going to have a lot of success. If you don't and you expand your windows low, it's going to be a long day at the park there, Ken. That's what I got on Mr. Rogers. You got anything else you'd like to add?
I mean, he also has a little bit of control issues too. We've hit him in Miami by getting deep and like you said, get him in counts, get the ball up. He can get too wide as well, especially lefty on lefty. So I like the way we're swinging. I didn't like the way we swung one game in the Padres series, but other than that, we swung the ball pretty well and in Texas. So we should be able to hit him if we'll stay within Ryan's metrics, and we should have a nice night at the yard.
All right, the second starter that we're going to talk about, chat. Shane Baz. This guy's been, again, his numbers don't look great, but again, he's been on a roll here lately for Baltimore. So, Ken, what would you like to share with the classroom about Mr. Baz?
It's confusing. He's got a good arm, throws really well. Shane, coming out of the Rays organization, I was surprised that they traded him as they did to the Orioles. But as I've seen him pitch this year, I realized Tampa is smart analytically, and they saw something. And so he's getting his fastball hit. You just saw the numbers there. He's getting his fastball hit. So I like our chances a little bit in this, and, we'll see. I think we got some hitters that match up pretty well with Shane.
The one thing I do worry about, Ken, is he has the nemesis pitch against us. He has the curveball, and that always gives us fits. So going into his repertoire, he's got three fastballs. He's got the four seamer, he's got the cutter, and he's got a sinker. His off speed is the curveball and the changeup. For the right-handed hitters, he's going to attack you with the cutter outside, the sinker inside, and the fastball at the top of the zone. And he's going to try to get you to expand on the curveball away and the cutter away when you're behind in the count. Lefties, he's going to pound you with the four-seamer at the top of the zone. He's going to tunnel the curveball to the back foot, and then he's going to tunnel the changeup down and away. So right-handers, he likes to get ahead early with the fastball, and he tries to put you away with the curveball. Lefties, he unfortunately mixes it up pretty well against you, so there's nothing that I could really pinpoint that he likes to do specifically in any count. It's pretty well mixed up. So our approach for right-handed hitters, we're going to hunt the three fastballs. We're going to hunt the four-seamer, cutter, and sinker window, and the hanging curveball. For the fastballs, we want the ball to start belt to belly button and to high thigh, from the inner third to the outer third part of the plate. Again, get him up in the strike zone. His sinker and cutter really flatten out, and if you expand low, he was going to eat you alive on the curveball. I'm okay chasing a little out of the zone up, attack the three heaters in the window, and nothing lower than that. For the curveball, we want to hit the hanger. That pitch will start above the strike zone, and it will start maybe at the belt at the lowest. Inside, off of the plate, add us to the inside corner. Keep your direction to right center field, and do not get pull happy. Make sure he's pitching to your window, and do not expand low. And you're going to see a common theme with these guys. They're going to be really good down in the zone, but if you get them up in the strike zone, their stuff flattens out a lot, and it's a lot more recognizable, and it's a lot easier to hit. And if you do that, you're going to have a lot of success. But if you start chasing low, it's going to be a long day. Lefties, you're going to hunt the four-seamer and changeup window and the hanging curveball. Same thing for the fastball and the changeup. We want the ball to start belt to high thigh and height, inner third to outer third. The hanging breaking ball is going to start above the zone to the belt, off of the plate outside to the outer third. Keep your direction to left center field. Do not expand low. And again, get him up in the strike zone. So, Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Baz. I know I said a lot, but get him up. Really think about driving him middle backside, and you're going to have a lot of success. But again, if you start expanding away and low, you're going to have a long day at the plate.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was pitching tomorrow night, because we did adjust really quick to Waldron's knuckle curve, and Shane's curveball kind of has the same direction. But we do struggle against the curveball, so we got to be worried. Make him throw strikes is the biggest thing. I think we'll be fine.
I agree. There's nothing about any of these three starting pitchers, chat, that make me go, oh no, we're in trouble. They have some things that if we don't do correctly, they will be good against us. But if we really hone in our approach as hitters, these guys shouldn't be too hard to hit. And I can see us scoring 3 to 6 runs off of every starting pitcher in this series. So, with that being said, we're going to get to the last starter, Ken, Mr. Brandon Young. I think this guy's pretty new in the league. So, what do you have on Mr. Young?
He's got a good fastball. He likes his fastball and he throws it well. You know, it's an interesting. I mean, it's not an overpowering pitch, but he does like to throw it. I think his best. I mean, you may disagree, but he's another guy that's got a curveball, and that worries me. And with his arm slot, I can see that giving our hitters problems because they want to jump, and he throws from here, and I can see it driving on them. I'm interested. He's pitched well for them this year. I think they're like 12-3 in his starts. This is the one pitcher they have a winning record with, so that worries me a little bit.
Yeah, he as you can see, he's pretty effective there with the lefties with that split that you guys just
Look at
saw.
that.
So
Yeah, that's
he
pretty.
does pitch a little bit differently to again each side of the plate. That's kind of most pitchers. You can't really do the same thing to each side. It just doesn't work. So Mr. Young, he's got a 5 pitch mix. He's got a four seamer, a sinker, a slider, a curveball, and a changeup. His slider has more downward movement and not much horizontal. That's a big thing, especially when we're hunting windows. If you know that slider's not going to cut across the plate, in my opinion, it's a little bit easier to hit personally because it's not moving away from you. It's just going down. So righties, he's going to pound the four seamer at the top of the strike zone, and he's going to try to tunnel the sinker inside to you, and then the slider away and down and away off of that. Lefties, he is going to pound the four seamer at the top of the zone. He's going to tunnel the changeup down and away, and then he's going to tunnel the curveball back foot and off of the fastball tunnel. No real tendencies. He mixes his pitches very well. He does like to throw first pitch fastballs a lot, but he will mix in his other stuff when he feels like the guys are sitting and looking for the fastball on the first pitch. So keep that in mind. You might want to hunt it early, but as he starts making adjustments, then you gotta get away from that approach. Righties, we are going to hunt the four seam sinker window and the hanging slider. For the four seam and sinker, we want the ball to start belt to high thigh, inner third to outer third of the plate. The slider, we want it to start above the zone to the belt, in off of the plate to the outer third. Again, his pitch is flattened out at the top of the zone, so get him up. Do not chase anything starting at the mid thigh or lower. Make him paint the four seamer downstairs before we even think about offering anything downstairs. Stay right center field with your direction and do not get pull happy. Lefties, we're going to hunt the four seam and changeup window as well, and of course the hanging curveball. For the four seam and changeup, we want the ball to start at the belly button to the high thigh from the inner third to the outer third of the plate. Give up the corners, hunt the middle of the zone and up. His changeup, as per usual, will flatten out if it's up in the strike zone, and he likes to throw the four seam fastball up in the zone, so it's not going to be down. We don't want to chase down, so make sure it gets up. And when you get the changeup up, it floats, and it's a batting practice fastball. So take anything that starts at the mid-thigh and below. The curveball, we want to start above the strike zone to the belt, outside off the plate to the inner third. Get the ball up, and he will be hittable. Do not expand down at all, not even with 2 strikes, in my opinion. And if you guys do that, He's gonna give up some homers. He's gonna give up some doubles. He's gonna give up some extra base hits where he's gonna walk guys because he can't effectively paint the fastball at the bottom of the zone because he doesn't like to do that. He likes it up in the zone. That's where he's comfortable. So make him adjust to you. Don't adjust to him. And I think we're gonna be fine, Ken. You got anything else on Mr. Young?
No, I just want to put this comment because it's all 3 pitchers. I agree with you. There's nobody here that I just go like, wow. And we're always going like middle backside because we're always worried about getting over. But we're not going to do that this series. Ryan's got it specifically. Get the ball up, get in the strike zone, and we should hit these 3 guys. Period.
100%. And for you don't have to think opposite field. You just want to keep your direction to the big part of the field. If you do that, you're going to stay back on the changeup, and if it's up in the zone, you're going to read the changeup pretty effectively as well, where you can get the barrel out in front and have a party out front. So, again, I'm not worried about these pitchers if we stick to our game plan. If we get jumpy and we start trying to pull the ball all the time, we are going to have a hard time, and we have been known to do that from time to time. But if we take what we did in the last few games in San Diego, if we do what we did in Texas against the Rangers, we're going to be fine in this series, in my opinion. Their bullpen, it is not good. If we get these guys out in the fourth, fifth, sixth inning, we have a pretty good roadmap late in the game to get some wins because they only got two guys in that bullpen that are really good. We're going to talk about one of them right here, Ken, and that is Mr. Andrew Kittredge, Kittredge, who has been around for quite some time. He was with Tampa and Chicago previously before Baltimore. So what you got on Mr. Kittredge?
You could put black and white film on him, and he looked like he's pitching in the right air. That's what he looks like. He's tough. I mean, he throws a really good slider, and he's got a good sinker. Like I said, look at this. This is old school right here. I think what makes him difficult is the fact that he does throw. He kind of whips at you, and that gives a little. He's got a good. I mean, he can fastballs. There's 96, so he's a tough ride. I like to watch him pitch, just not as much against us.
I would agree with that. He is very old school. He just kind of winds up and hurls it down in there, doesn't he? He's only got a 3-pitch mix, chat. It's very simple. He is a sinker, slider, and a four-seam fastball. And the four-seam fastball does not get thrown much, and I'll tell you when it does get thrown. So his slider, again, it doesn't have much horizontal break. It has a lot of downward break. So, again, in my opinion, as a hitter for me, I like that more than having to worry about the breakaway. All right, so he's going to work the sinker inside righties. He's going to work the slider away to righties as well. He's going to work the sinker away to lefties, and he's going to work the slider down and into lefties. And every once in a blue moon, he's going to throw the four-seam fastball above the strike zone to try to get you guys to chase it. So keep that in mind. Righties, we're going to hunt the sinker and slider windows. For the sinker, we want it to start away off of the plate to the middle, belly button to high thigh and height. The slider, we want it to start inside off of the plate at us to the outer third, above the zone to the high thigh. Keep your direction to right center field. Get the ball up in the zone, and you're going to have some success against him. Again, his stuff flattens out a lot when it's up in the strike zone. He's going to try to keep it low. Do not expand low. Get it up. Lefties, you're going to hunt the same windows. The sinker, you're going to want to start inside at you off of the plate to the middle part of the zone. The slider, you're going to want to start away off of the plate to the outer third and above the zone to the belt. Keep your direction to the gaps and get him up in the strike zone. He is hittable. Stick to the game plan, and you're going to hit him. If you are going to start swinging the sinkers down and the sliders down in the strike zone, he's going to eat you up. But if you get it up, it flattens out, and it's very easy to hit. That's what I got on Mr. Kittredge. Ken, you got anything else you'd like to add?
Just the fact that, like you talk about, his slider's a different slider and it doesn't do this. So by doing this a lot, the Braves are a really good low ball hitting team. And I don't mean by putting it in play, they can foul it off. So Ozzie, Michael, Drake. I mean, anybody saw Drake's home run this past series? It was ridiculous. It was off the ground. But that's the reason why Ryan's saying we can hit this guy because we can foul those tough pitches he's trying to get you off. We need to have the kind of hitters who can do that.
And just expanding on that, when the ball's going straight down, it's not moving away from the barrel of your bat. It's staying right on the barrel as long as you're swinging correctly. And it's a whole lot easier to even get a little blooper base hit as long as it's going down because you can adjust to it. But if it's moving away from the barrel, it's a whole lot harder to adjust to that pitch. So the last bullpen guy we're going to talk about, there was no lefties in their bullpen. There's one, and he was terrible. So we're gonna stick with the righties. Yenier Cano, Ken. He's been around for a little bit now. He's kind of like Kittredge, but a little bit different. What you got on Mr. Cano?
He's got a good splitter. I mean, the ball goes down. He pitches a lot. He'll get our left-handed hitters because of that, because he can get them out with that. Both these guys, if the Orioles, we do what we should do this weekend and win a series and the Orioles start falling out, these two guys will be on the market for the Orioles to go elsewhere. If the Orioles beat us this weekend, they're going to add to these two because it's definitely their weakness, is their bullpen.
No doubt about it, and they'd be looking for a left-handed reliever because they don't have a dang soul in that bullpen that's left-handed. So, all right, let's get into it. As you see, he has the split finger. He also has a sinker and four-seam fastball. Doesn't throw the four-seam that much at all. It's mainly sinker. And he has a slider / sweeper. I think it's more of a sweeper action personally, but they do register it as a slider. So it's the same pitch, so whatever you want to call it, call it. Right-handed hitters, you will see the sinker inside and the sweeper dash slider away and the split below the strike zone. Lefties, you're going to see the sinker and split low and away. He does not like to go inside much because I think that's when he tends to leave the ball up and it hangs, and then he's going to watch a lot of baseballs go into the bleachers if he does that. So righties, sit sinker first pitch because when he gets ahead in the count, that's when the breaking balls come into play. He doesn't like throwing the breaking ball unless he is ahead in the count, so he is fastball heavy until he gets ahead or even in the count. Lefties, he is heavy split when he's ahead in the count against you, and even when it's 0-0, 1-1, or 2-2, it's 50-50. It's either going to be the sinker or it's going to be the split. But when he is 0-2, 0-1, 1-2, he is heavy split fingers, so keep that in mind. Righties, your approach, hunt the sinker and changeup window and the hanging breaking ball. You want the ball to start belly button to high thigh, outside off of the plate to the middle part of the plate. The slider you want to start at you inside off of the plate to the middle of the plate, above the zone to the high thigh. Keep your direction to right center field. Do not give up on one singular pitch. See every pitch into the glove and get him up in the strike zone. And the reason why I say that is because his stuff moves a lot. His sinker runs in, so if it starts off the plate away, it still will back up off the plate. And if it starts middle, it may run inside off of the plate. Same thing with the slider and the split. It could start right at right at the belt, and it almost drops below the zone completely. So follow through, keep your eye on the ball the entire way into the strike zone because you don't know which pitch may be the one that you can do damage on. Lefties, you're going to hunt the sinker and split window. You want the ball to start inside off of the plate to the outer third, belly button to high thigh and height. Keep your direction to left center field because you're going to see everything out over the plate anyway. And make sure you get a pitch up in the zone. When you get it up in the zone, do not miss it because this is one dude who doesn't tunnel off of fastball up in the zone. He's going to try to paint the bottom of the zone, and we're going to have to try to get him up in the strike zone. And if we don't, it's going to be a very rough ninth inning for us, Ken. So that is what I got on Mr. Cano. Do you have anything else?
No, he's we've seen this kind of pitcher all year, so hopefully we'll be able to hit him. He's a tough ride though. Hopefully the Orioles won't have a lead.
I agree. So before we get out of here, chat, we do have our series predictions. So, Ken, how do you think we fare in Baltimore?
Well, I didn't get my sweep I wanted for the Padres, but I did get 3 out of 4. So I'm going to go this one. I think we're going to sweep the Orioles. I really do.
I'm all for that. I think there's at least one trap game in here. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think there's going to be one. I think we win 2 out of 3 because I think there's going to be one game our offense just decides to shit the bed, not game plan that game because it seems like we do it at least once per series here lately. So I'm going to go 2 out of 3. Before we go, Ken, who do you think has a big series?
I got 3 guys, and I hope I don't pick yours. I think 3 guys are just destined to have a big series. Before I picked that, uh, I had picked Matt in the last one, and he did not have a good series like in a mini slump. I do think these are the pitchers to get him out of his slump because today I watched him today. He's hitting everything off the end of the bat, so I think he'll get his timing down in this series, hopefully. He's not my pick to click, of course. I'm going to go with Money Mike. I think Michael Harris will have a huge series, and I like the way Mike's swinging the bat. Everything about me wants to say he's a top 20 player in MLB. So let's have a big series, Mike, because I think you're trending toward that as being one of the best players in the game.
I like it. I like it. I'm going with a lefty as well. I do want to point this out. Austin Riley did have a decent series. He had a lot of hard hit balls over 100 miles an hour. He had a couple big hits for us. Okay, so I know he didn't have the big home runs and yada, 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 but he's still trending in the right direction. I do want to point that out. His swing still looks a lot better than what it was. And I think this could be a very good series for him because he's going to see a lot of fastball changeups and sweepers, and that's the window that he needs to hunt anyway. So I hope he does take advantage of that and get that down pat. But my pick to click's a lefty. And Ken, I think Mike Yastrzemski gets red hot this series because he's not going to have to worry about any lefties, and he's going to be slotted in the outfield or that DH slot just about every single game. So I'm going to go with Yas this series, Ken. I'm going out on a limb.
I like it. I like it. I mean, I think we're going to hit the ball this weekend, and I'm excited that you're going to get to be there. So it's going to be fun.
That is correct, Chad. I am about to drive starting around 12 or 1 o'clock this morning. I'm going all the way to Baltimore, Maryland. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers that I make it there. And I can't wait to watch these 3 games. Going back to my old home when I was a child. So that'll be interesting. But that's it. That's all we got. You got anything else, Ken?
I'm good. Yeah,
All right.
I'm ready to take on the O's. Let's go.
All right, Chad. We will see you. We get to do one against the Mets again, so we'll see you guys probably like Sunday night, Monday around that time for the next tip goal. That'll be episode 30. And until then, peace.
Peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.